Remember what and all topics we had discussed in the previous class?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Nandana, can you tell me what and all points we had discussed?
Ma'am, we discussed about climate.
Hmm.
Under climate, we discussed about temperature,
Okay.
then photo period,
Photo period,
precipitation,
precipitation.
then a question why forests are important.
Okay. So in the last class, we had discussed about what is natural vegetation. Then we had discussed what are the various factors which leads to the growth of natural vegetation. So there are various factors for the growth of plants and animal life. The factors like land, soil, climate, temperature, photoperiod, precipitation, all these factors will helpful for the growth of different types of vegetations in different parts of the world. Okay. So today we are going to discuss about the different types of vegetations identified in our India. So today in this class, we are going to discuss about different types of vegetations identified or found in our India. So before moving into the topic, let me give a small introduction. Okay. So we know that we are living on the no answer from you.
On the
Earth. Okay. We know that the sun gives us heat and light. Heat and light. Due to the inclination of the earth, all parts of the earth will not get equal amount of sunlight. Okay, so we know that the earth is revolving around the sun. So when the earth revolves around the sun, all parts of the earth will not get equal amount of sunlight. So the solar radiation is always vary from place to place. That means some parts of the earth will get more sunlight and some parts of the earth receives only least amount of sunlight. So depending upon the availability of sunlight, we can see different types of vegetations in different parts of the world. Okay. Got it, children? That means sunlight is not same all over the earth. So we cannot see different types of vegetations in different parts of the world. Okay. So we know that equator, 0° latitude is known as equator. Along with equator or apart from equator, there are many other latitudes also. Advait Murali, what are the important latitudes apart from equator? What are the major or what are the important latitudes other than equator? Yes.
Tropic of Cancer.
Yeah, Tropic of Cancer. Okay. Tropic of Cancer.
Tropic of Capricorn.
Yeah, Tropic of Capricorn. Then
Ma'am, can I
Ellen?
say?
Ellen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, tell me.
Equator, Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn,
Oh, yes. Then?
Arctic.
Yes, Arctic. Arctic?
1 minute.
1 minute. Okay. Arctic? Arctic Circle.
Antarctic Circle.
Okay, Arctic Circle and Antarctic Circle. Then we know that North Pole, then South Pole. Okay. So the areas near the equator, okay, that areas between Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. So these areas are known as equatorial region. So this area receives direct rays of the sun, or this area receives vertical rays of the sun, or the direct rays of the sun. So the climate of this area is hot and humid. The climate of this area is hot and humid. Okay, because this area receives direct or vertical rays of the sun. Then the places near the Tropic of Cancer to Arctic Circle in the northern hemisphere, and the areas of Earth from Tropic of Capricorn to Antarctic Circle, this area receives slightly slanting rays of the sun. Slightly slanting rays of the sun, which means the sunlight want to travel a long distance. Okay, so this area receives only slightly slanting rays of the sun. Slightly slanting rays of the sun. Okay, children. Then the areas near the polar regions receives very least amount of sunlight. Okay, that area receives least amount of sunlight. So from this, what we can understand? Different parts of the earth receives different amount of sunlight. That means the sunlight is not equally distributed all over the earth. So we can see different types of vegetations in different parts of the world. The areas near the equator, we can see dense forest, because the climate is very apt, or climate is very suitable for the growth of different types of plants. So in this area we can see, different types of vegetation. Okay, mostly we can see tall trees, shrubs, creepers, climbers, almost all kinds of plants are growing in the equatorial regions. Okay, then when we move to the northwards and also to the southwards, in this area mostly we can see the grassland. Okay, grasslands are mostly found in this region. That means the regions between Tropic of Cancer and Antarctic Circle in the southern hemisphere, then Tropic of Cancer to the Arctic Circle. So sorry, okay, in this area we can see grasslands. Okay, because the climate is only suitable for the growth of grasses. So in that area we can see different large acres of lands are covered with grasses. That climate is not suitable for the growth of trees. Then when we move to the polar regions, we know that the climate is not favorable for the growth of plants, because the climate is very cold, because the climate is extremely cold. So in that area are always covered with snow. Okay, always covered with snow and ice. So that climate is not suitable for the growth of vegetation. Okay, so from this what we can understand, different parts of the world we can see different types of vegetation. Okay, Ellen? Got
Yes,
it?
ma'am.
Okay. And we know that our India lies in the
Northern Hemisphere.
northern hemisphere. So our India lies in the northern hemisphere. Then we know that the Tropic of Cancer is almost equally divide India into two parts. Okay, that means Tropic of Cancer is passing through our India. Okay, so what type of vegetations mostly we can find in our India?
Grasslands and tall trees, dense forest.
Grasslands and dense forest are also very good, are found in our India. Okay. Just a minute. Okay. Types of vegetation. So as I said earlier, today we are going to discuss about the different types of vegetations which are grown in our India. They are tropical evergreen forest. So in our India, we can see different types of vegetations. Okay, so the first one is tropical evergreen forest. Second one is tropical deciduous forest. Third one is tropical thorn forest and scrubs. Fourth one is mountain forest, and the last one is mangrove forest. So these are the various types of vegetations found in our India. The first one is tropical evergreen forest. Second one is tropical deciduous forest. Third one is tropical thorn forest and scrubs. Fourth one is mountain forest. And the last one is mangrove forest. Amaljit baby, please tell me what are the various types of vegetations found in our India?
Tropical evergreen forest.
Tropical
Evergreen forest.
evergreen forest.
Tropical deciduous forest.
Tropical deciduous forest.
Tropical thorn forest and scrubs.
Okay. Tropical thorn forest and scrubs.
Mountain forest.
Okay, mountain forest
Mangrove forest.
and mangrove forest. Okay, good.
Ma'am,
Okay,
ma'am,
next one.
ma'am,
Yes,
ma'am, is it mountain forest or mountain?
mountain forest. Spelling is correct. Mountain forest. Okay. About that, we will discuss in the coming classes. Okay. So now we are going to discuss about tropical evergreen forest. Tropical evergreen forest. Okay, tropical evergreen forests are found in the areas such as the Western Ghats, the island group of Lakshadweep, Andaman and Nicobar, upper parts of Assam and Tamil Nadu coast. So in these areas, we can find tropical evergreen forest. So tropical evergreen are present or found in the areas such as in the Western Ghats, the island group of Lakshadweep, Andaman and Nicobar, upper parts of Assam and Tamil Nadu coast. If you look at the map, you can see the tropical evergreen forests are found in the areas such as Western Ghats, the coastal areas of Tamil Nadu, and the group of islands like Lakshadweep and Andaman and Nicobar, and upper parts of Assam, West Bengal. In that area also we can find tropical evergreen forest. Okay, tropical evergreen forests are present in the areas of Western Ghats, the coastal areas of Tamil Nadu, then the group of islands like Lakshadweep and Andaman and Nicobar, and upper parts of
Assam.
Assam. Okay, very good. Okay. Okay. These forests grow best in areas having rainfall more than 200 centimeter with a short dry season. Okay, so these forests are found in the areas that receives heavy rainfall. So these forests are found, or these forests are mostly grown in the areas that receives heavy rainfall, and this area receives more than 200 centimeters of rainfall per year. Along with the heavy rainfall, this area receives or this area experiences short dry season or short summer season. Okay. So this area receives heavy rainfall, and at the same time, this area experiences short summer season. So we know that the climate of this area is hot and humid. The climate of this area is hot and humid. This climate is very suitable for the growth of different types of vegetations. Okay, so mostly in this area we can see tall trees. So the climate is very suitable for the growth of tall trees, and the trees can grow up to 60 meters or even above. The trees reach great height up to 60 meters or even above. The climate is very suitable for the growth of vegetation. So we can see different types of plants, different types of creepers, we can see different types of shrubs, everything are growing in this region, and especially this region we can see the tall trees. Okay, tall trees are mostly grown in this area, the trees that grow up to 60 meters or even above. Lakshmi, CV, can you say a few points about tropical evergreen forest?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
They are found in some parts of Tamil Nadu
Okay.
coast and in the upper part of Assam, in the group islands of Andaman and Nicobar and Lakshadweep, and in the Western Ghats.
Then what's the climate of that area?
They have a short summer and rainfall.
Okay, heavy rainfall.
Heavy rainfall, and the trees the trees are very tall. They reach up to 60 meters and above.
Okay, okay, very good. It has the vegetation of all kinds, that is trees, shrubs, creepers, giving in a multi-layered structure. As I said earlier, the climate is very suitable for the growth of trees. So we can see different types of vegetations in the evergreen forest. We can see different types of trees, we can see shrubs, we can see creepers, and even we can see different layers. Okay, different layers. The trees can grow in different layers. If you look at the next picture, you can see what are the different layers in the forest. The first one is emergent layer, second one is canopy layer, third one is understory layer, and the last one is forest floor. So we can see different layers of trees in the evergreen forest. Okay, first one is emergent layer, second one is canopy layer, third one is understory layer, and the last one is forest floor. So we can see different layers in the tropical evergreen forest. Okay, these forests appear green all the year round. So we know that these forests are known as tropical evergreen. What's the meaning of evergreen?
Always green.
Yes, it is always green. Okay, always green throughout the year. That's why the forest is known as evergreen forest. Then the trees of this particular forest will not shed their leaves altogether. The trees of this forest will not shed their leaves. Will not shed their leaves altogether. So that's why the forest is always looks green in color. Got it, children? Important trees of this forest are ebony, mahogany, rosewood, rubber, and cinchona. So these are the various types of forest found in the tropical evergreen forest. What are the various types of trees? Ken, what are the various types of trees found in the tropical evergreen forest?
Rosewood, rubber, and mahogany, ebony, then
ebony. Okay, so these are the various types of trees found in this forest: ebony, mahogany, rosewood, rubber, and cinchona. So all these are hardwood trees. All these are hardwood trees. These trees are mostly used for constructing purpose. Okay. Then along with the plants, we can see some common animals, or some animals are also found in this forest. They are elephant, monkey, lemur, and deer. Some animals are also found in this region. The animals like elephant, monkey, lemur, deer are also found in this forest. Then one-horned rhinoceros are found in the jungle of Assam. Okay. One-horned rhinoceros are also found in the jungles of Assam and West Bengal. Now, just a minute.